Good
Hey,
morning.
what's
How are you?
I am fantastic today. I confirmed earlier it was Sunday, and I love Sundays. I love working on a Sunday.
Working on a Sunday.
Great. Yeah, I don't know. It's a productive day for me. I think I have childhood memories of being uh like I'd wake up when I was young, I'd wake up on a Sunday and the first thing I would think is, "Oh my god, we have school tomorrow." And I know that's a horrible way to think about it, but that was my thought process. Like, I'd wake up Sunday morning and I'd dread the day because I was like, "Tomorrow we have school."
I think that's
We had
called
a
the
whole
Sunday
day in front of us.
Scaries.
So, yeah, something like that. So, now I'm just I don't know, like, now I work on Sundays, just, like, try and be productive all day, and then I don't have school anymore, so, like, I have nothing to fear.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. I mean, content creation, you got to always be pumping stuff out.
Mm.
So, that's
Yeah,
good.
Sundays
No,
are my video days normally,
right on.
so mhm.
Um who are you? What's your deal?
Yeah, so, my name is FinestXI, and I am a content creator. I do the air quotes because I don't know if it's okay to, like, self-proclaim that, but I stream a lot and I put out YouTube videos, so I guess that is an accurate description of
Yeah.
who I am.
Since when can we not just self-title or, self-proclaim?
I guess it's just like, uh, I don't know, like, content creator, like, I feel like it's one of those things that's,
Like
like,
there needs to be
defined
some
by other people.
success at the like behind it before you can say it, or
Yeah, I don't know, I'm probably just, like I should probably be more proud of, what I'm doing and where how far I've come and stuff, but it's still, it still almost just feels like I'm goofing off half the time, I guess.
for
Like,
sure.
it's not really a job because it's just too much fun, mostly. So,
Mostly.
yeah.
It's too much fun mostly except for Tarkov. It's like a dick
Yeah, and
punch.
then sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it gets tedious sitting alone for several hours, like, editing and stuff, but, yeah,
Yeah,
it's good. It's good. It's better than it is bad, for sure.
for sure. So you are a content creator. Let's talk about
Mhm,
let's talk about both of your platforms. So let's talk about Twitch because I know you uh primarily from Twitch.
mhm,
So you're a Twitch streamer, Finest XI.
mhm.
Twofold question. What can you how did you come up with your name?
Oh, so it actually does have a story to it. Um, basically, it takes me back all the way to World of
Hello,
Warcraft,
nerds.
like the original one, like Burning Crusade era, which is like the second or third expansion that World of Warcraft ever had. I started playing when I was I was probably like 8 or 10. These timelines get mixed up in my head, but I was young and I played World of Warcraft, and there was this guild on a server named WoW's Finest, like the acronym WoW for World of Warcraft. WoW's Finest, like the best of the best in World of Warcraft. That was a guild name,
Okay.
like people. And when I was young, I was like, that is a cool name. Like, I don't know why I thought that. So I literally named myself my character on WoW. I named him WoW's Finest, but like singular. Um, so I literally just took the guild name and I that was my character's name.
Awesome.
Fast forward for a while, I stopped playing World of Warcraft. I get an Xbox 360. I need a gamer tag name. I'm like, okay, WoW's Finest. That's my name. Use that for a while. Fast forward more, I get into other MMOs, including this one, Final Fantasy 11, which ended up being a huge part of my life. I played it for a long time, and eventually, I looked at my gamer tag and I was like, "This is kind of silly. Like, this was so childish to name myself WoW's Finest. Like, that was weird." So I was like, "What do I like? I like Final Fantasy 11. I like the finest part of my name. The acronym for or the Roman numeral for 11 is XI. Like I always thought that was cool. So then I just combined the old name and my love for Final Fantasy 11 into FinestXI. And I was like, I wrote it out, I typed it out. I was like, that looks cool. Like that physically looks cool. So I went with that. That was it.
Got it. Okay. So
More
and
mature.
so do you say so when you say what your name is, it's Finest XI, not Finest 11.
So yes, I guess I do. Yeah, I say, hey, what's up? I'm Finest XI. But technically, Finest 11 could be just considered a nickname because it's still accurate. That
Right.
is what it is. It's the Roman numeral for it. So
Okay.
mhm.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah, it's
the wow beginnings of the name.
yeah. To this day, I don't think I've ever come across anyone who played on the same like server or realm on WoW. So like I've never met anyone who remembered that guild named WoW's Finest. But maybe someone's out there who knows, remembers.
That'll be a
They don't remember good.
a fun full circle thing eventually when
Yeah,
when you do meet somebody
then
who played it.
maybe they even remember the dopey little druid kid with the name WoW's Finest, which was me. So
That'll be fun. Okay, so what about Twitch then? So how long have you been Finest XI on Twitch?
ever since the beginning, which so I my first stream I started streaming on Twitch at the end of 2017. It was December 28th, 2017. And I like I said, I remember that because Twitch has these achievements for streamers. And like one of the achievements was go live. And so it tells me the date that I completed that, December 27th, the 28th. I think it's the 28th, 2017. December 28th, 2017 is the first day I went live on Twitch under the name FinestXI. So I was playing
Awesome.
PUBG. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first
Okay.
game I started streaming.
So PUBG, straight from what had you built a gaming PC at this point, or were you going like dirty from the console?
It was uh it was in quick if I recall, it was very quick soon after I built my gaming PC that I started gaming on streaming on Twitch. But basically, how I even got to PC in general was I had a buddy who just a longtime friend. He lived near me. We'd known each other forever. One day I went to his house. He was a PC gamer. He had been for many years. He was always telling me about AMD, Intel, uh, frames, 120 hertz, and I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm a console gamer. And yeah, I sat down on his PC and played this game called PUBG, and it blew my mind. I was like, this is amazing. I come from a background of like COD 2 when I was younger. I love gaming on Call of Duty and just playing shooters. So when I played PUBG, I was just like, dude, this is so cool. And so I pretty much went home and I had like a normal retail job at the time with money in the bank. So I was like, I went home and built like this budget PC within like the week. It was like
Nice.
$500 on the PC. It was
How long ago
okay.
was this? This was would have been a little over 3 years ago. Yeah, no, a little
Yeah,
over 4 years ago.
4 years now. I This had to be early 2017, if not late 2016.
So
Most likely early 2017. No, yeah,
that's a decent build for considering it's been a few years and you were doing a
it
budget build anyhow.
yeah, it had an i3 dual core, which is like almost as low as you could have gone. The thing is though, like it ran PUBG, you know,
And that's
like
all
it
you cared about.
worked. Yeah, that was it. That was all I cared about. I don't think I got great performance. I'm pretty sure I played on like ultra low settings. Uh, and I just turned everything off, but it was too much fun.
That the first battle royale you ever played?
Yes, found out after I started playing PUBG. Everyone talked about this game called H1Z1. I was like, I don't know what that is, and yeah, I guess that was most people's first battle royale, but for me, it was PUBG. Like that was my first one. I
Cool.
still love the genre, by the way. Like battle royales, like I still think they're great. I don't play them much anymore, um, but I still think they're awesome.
I mean, my first experience with a battle royale was Fortnite, and that lasted for several years.
I went from PUBG to Fortnite, actually, streaming wise. Interestingly enough,
How did that
people
work?
don't.
Like how did
Well,
that go in terms of like your audience? Did you
well,
lose and then gain a bunch of people, or
let's be totally clear here. For the first like year of me streaming, there was no audience. It was just me gaming, and I was live. I was like, maybe someone comes in. I don't really care. I'm live. I'm playing video games. I'm having fun. But for me, it was that same friend who like inspired me to build a PC. He had some online friends already, and we ended up all playing PUBG together. And then at some point down the road, those friends were like, "Hey, you need to try this game called Fortnite." They're like, "It's free and it's a battle royale. It's so much fun." And I'm like, I like PUBG. You know, I want to keep playing PUBG. But eventually, I just gave in, downloaded Fortnite, and I was like, "Damn, this is good. This is good."
peer
And then
pressure
I pretty much
worked?
it did work, yeah. And that was at the. It's funny. I was like, during season 2 of Fortnite when they had me download it, and right when I got into the game, like as soon as I started playing it, I was like, "This is cool." I ended up buying the battle pass, not knowing what the hell I was even doing. Really, I was like, "This is like $8, and I get stuff out of it." This was like a week before the season ended, so I bought the battle pass, and then a week went by, and then I got on, and the battle pass was like gone, and I'm like, "Wait, oh, the season just oh." I was like, I realized what I'd done. It's like, oh, I just wasted money. I think I got like one skin out of it though, and who knows? Maybe it's worth like $10 now. Because apparently, old Fortnite accounts with the old skins are like worth money or something. I don't know.
I've actually
It's
thought about
weird.
it. I have like a almost a day one Fortnite
Mhm.
like account.
Yeah,
I've thought about it, but it's against the rules, so I can't sell my account because
true. We don't
I
ever
don't want to
break
break the
the
rules.
rules. Mm-mm. Illegal.
What's the first game you remember playing?
That would be the original Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System. And this was about when I was 4, is what my mom tells me. Because I asked her because I was just curious, like, when did this lifelong crippling addiction to video games start? She told me I was like 4, and I had a blast playing that game and every game ever after. But yeah, instant love for video games.
It's awesome. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
the NES.
Hmm.
We had Mario Bros and Gunsmoke and the Star Wars
Yeah.
game that made no sense. It still doesn't
Yeah.
make sense if you look at it now.
That was revolutionary at the time. I actually have not the same one from when I was young, but when I was working when I had like a normal retail job, I at some point I got really into like retro game collecting. So I bought a lot of the old systems back and a lot of games I used to play when I was young, just like had them and they're in
That's
my
awesome.
closet boxed up.
So
Yeah,
you
I
have an
want to.
NES that works?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's in
awesome.
the closet. I want to do more retro game collecting, but financially speaking, it's like the last thing I should ever like worry about. Like there's so many other things that my money needs to go to right now.
Yeah.
That's not just like buying video games to have them sit on a shelf. But when I get to a point financially where I can just go buy a bunch of old games just to have them sitting on a shelf to look at, I'm definitely doing it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're engaged. You got a wedding and
Yeah.
a honeymoon
Yeah. Yes,
and
we
congratulations
are.
by the way.
Thank you so much. We are going on the honeymoon in April. April 1st. We'll be heading to Colorado for a week. And that's where we will be getting married too. So it'll be a great time. Be a
Right
lot of
on.
fun. Excited. Now
Cool.
that we're getting closer to it, I'm getting more excited
Are you
for
getting
sure.
up in where are you going up in the are you getting married like on top of a mountain or
It's this. It's called Garden of the Gods,
that sounds like a cool
and
place.
yeah, like the name. when because my fiance was the one who was looking into like where we wanted to go. When she said the name, I was like, yeah, yeah, let's go there. Like why wouldn't I want to get married at a place called Garden of the Gods? That sounds great. That's awesome. It sounds like a video game
Yeah.
territory. Like
It's like a
perfect.
landmark
And then I
in a
looked at
video
it
game.
too, and it's yeah, it's like ridiculously beautiful scenery on like a slightly, I should call it a mountain, somewhere up elevated. Beautiful background. It looks nothing like Texas, which is where I live. So it looks great to me. It's just like, oh wow, this is so cool. Garden of the Gods looks good. It's on a mountain. It's just awesome. So,
There'll be garlands of fresh herbs and flutes and trombones.
mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
um,
All the Skyrim I played prepared me for this too. Hiking up the mountain,
don't you just turn
jumping when you
around
get there.
and jump backward? That's how you get up.
You mash up into the wall as and jump, and like you catch any invisible ledge, and you just keep going up. It's it's great game design.
You think it'll work?
Even if it's
You think it'll work for your honeymoon though?
no, I think I'll kill myself accidentally if I try doing that. No, I think we're gonna go try and do some hiking, but we're not gonna do anything too crazy. Like I'm not trying to like scale a mountain. I could never.
No hang gliding or bungee jumping or anything like that.
I I would love to do something like that or like skydiving one day, but like what if I'm the unlucky, guy whose parachute doesn't work right? Like
I'm the statistic.
it's not it's just not worth it to me, I guess. Like as much fun as it would be, it's like the chance of it going severely wrong just deters me. So, no paragliding. Well, did you say paragliding?
Yeah,
That one's more safe, right?
I
Don't you
don't
just
know.
get pulled by No, actually, no, you
Oh no,
literally
that's
sail through the air.
parasailing.
Parasailing, that's so okay, that one I would do,
That's how you end
'cause
up
I
on. That's how you end up in Jurassic Park 3.
is that how it started? Is that
Yeah,
how that movie went?
yeah.
Oh my god. Dude, all those movies are so good. Um, yeah, no paragliding or bungee jumping. No, not
Okay,
for me.
all right. Well, okay. So that was a little rabbit trail, but it's good to,
Love it.
I wanted to congratulate you on your engagement and all that.
Thank you.
And yeah, and wish you well and best of luck because we'll miss you for a week and however long it does take for you to go and do that. I think I left off at the first game you remember playing. We talked about the NES and then the historical collecting that you're doing.
Mhm.
What was the first game that really got you hooked into gaming where you couldn't do anything else or you just always wanted to be in front of that game?
Well, like video games for me were always my favorite thing to do growing up. So I think most of them kind of had that effect on me. Like I enjoyed playing so many games. But I'll probably say the one that really got me the most out of any of them would be Final Fantasy 11, which was an MMO Final Fantasy, so it was online, like massive multiplayer online. That originally came out in 2002 on the PlayStation 2, and it was even online back then, which blows my mind.
I didn't know that.
Uh, it yeah, it came out originally on PlayStation 2, and then it also came out on PC and Xbox 360. Oddly enough, all online, all sharing the same servers, like across platform compatible and everything. And it's actually still up today. Like the game is still it's only on PC now. The PS2 and Xbox 360 versions are no longer working, but the online is still running today, 20 years later at this point.
Wow.
But that game I discovered when I was like 12 or 13. That game took all of my free time for a few years, for sure. I would, on days where I could do it, I would wake up at like 6 a.m. and I would legitimately game until probably 4 a.m. the next day.
Oh
Like, I
my
mean,
god.
it was the closest you could call it to being addicted for sure. My parents would definitely get mad at me, but they were the kind of parents where as long as I got like good grades and stuff, they like didn't mind too much what I was doing in my free time, especially since it was just gaming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just but they would eventually come in at night and just be like, "You need to go to bed." I'm like, "Okay." And then I'd just wake up early the next day and just get back on. Yeah.
What are you doing still on this game? It's 4 in the morning. Well, hey, at least I'm not, out slutting around or doing drugs.
Exactly. I was the best of the worst. Yeah, the best of the worst for sure. 100%.
It's awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, well, so you've had a lifelong love of gaming.
For sure.
You finally ended up making the jump into streaming
Mhm.
ages ago. What made you want to be a content creator? Was there a specific somebody that you watched that was like, I think I could do that. I want to try that, or was there, I don't know, a video that you watched that made you want to make YouTube videos like that? How did it start?
So so it started on Twitch. I didn't do YouTube in the beginning. It just started on Twitch and it was I actually didn't find out about Twitch until 2017, if you can believe that. I got to the game really late. I still to this day don't really know if their marketing was just that bad or if I just wasn't paying attention, but I didn't discover Twitch until 2017 and um as soon as I found out about it and found out that it was basically like people playing video games, as like a job almost, or like some of them were, some of them was just hobbyist. I was like, if there was ever a thing for me to do, it's this. Like I love video games so much. This is like half the equation. Soon to find out, like it's more than that. It's more than just a love for video games. Like you're essentially being an entertainer, which
Right.
but in the beginning I was like this has to be for me. Like this is totally what I want to do. Like I always wanted to be a professional video game player ever since I was little.
Hmm.
I never knew like what that meant, like how that was going to go, but I knew I wanted to do something like that for like a living.
Yeah.
And so this was my shot at that. And I pretty much I watched one guy. I looked up the PUBG category when I got on Twitch initially. I found like one of the top dudes. His name is Ponyhoff. He's a German streamer. He's still streaming. He's playing like Call of Duty Warzone now. He doesn't play PUBG anymore. But I still watch him from time to time. But he basically I watched him for a little while and he was really good at the game. He was super polite, super friendly. He smiled at everything. Every time he died, he didn't rage. He just like explained like, "Oh, I should have done this or I could have, like this is why I died." He was like in my mind, I was like, "Wow, this guy is so cool." You know what I mean? Like he's friendly, energetic, entertaining, just the whole package. I was like and then so I watched him and I was like, "Yeah, I want to try this for sure. I want to try doing
That's
this."
awesome. That's cool. And then you did it. Then you went
Yeah.
and started doing it, and it's been what, 3.5 years ish.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. For a long time there, I wasn't any good at it at all. Like that was where the like there was a totally love for video games, right? So in the beginning that got me interested. It was just a love for video games. It's not like I was entertaining or outgoing or energetic or knew how to like talk to people very well because I was never really like that kind of kid. I was always really introverted. But so when I first started playing or when I first started streaming, it was, you know, mostly about just like playing the games like live and hoping that would just work out. Um it took me a while to like figure out, hey, this isn't like working the way you thought it was going to go. So then I started looking into like, okay, well, what is it I'm doing wrong? Like what do I need to work on? And then it I've never been like super fast at like perfecting or learning anything either. So it's taken me a while, but um I think I've come pretty far. I've learned the other half of streaming, which is, like trying to be entertaining and
Yeah, putting on the show part.
the show part. Exactly. Yeah. not just loving video games so much that's what you want to do all day, but also being entertaining while you're playing them.
Yeah,
It's the other
it's
half.
hard to learn how to be that engaging guy, you
Yeah,
know?
and I like barely remember. Like I remember the struggle, but like there was so much time that I spent just like learning how to talk when, especially in the beginning when like no one's there. That's like the hardest part, and I think one of the things that like gets most new streamers like stops them dead in their tracks is just like the beginning when they have no one there watching them, but they need to learn how to like be entertaining and like talk a lot. So if
Hmm.
someone comes in, like they're not just sitting there silently. Like that's
Right.
hard.
Yeah, the talking
Like
to
that's
nobody is
hard.
weird. It's
Yeah.
definitely weird and kind of hard to get used to.
Yeah, it's not natural. It's an acquired like talent,
Hmm.
I think, for a lot of people, especially video gamers. I think
It's
that's the
almost
other
like
thing.
narration. Like you just kind of have to narrate what you're doing in order to keep
Yeah,
like you just have to make something be happening.
that's what a lot of it is, especially because that's what's in front of you, right? So that's what's obvious and what is like available like subject for you to discuss. Um, that's like a good way to think about it in the beginning. It's like just narrate what's going on, like explain to people what's happening in the game, why you made this decision, you know, just narrate for sure. That's a really good way to do it in the beginning. Hmm.
We're gonna cut that into I'll turn that into a little here's some stream tips how
Put it
to
on TikTok
stream
and Twitter. Yeah,
on
exactly.
TikTok and Twitter. I just made a
Hmm.
TikTok. I have no
Did you?
follows, no uploads, no nothing. I made the account and then
Hmm.
that's it because somebody told
Yeah,
me to.
yeah. Just post your funny stream highlights, gaming clips, or cool kills, or just anything like that. Throw a couple hashtags and just let it simmer.
Yeah, I mean, I actually
It's
watch
weird.
yours on Instagram. I think I don't actually have to get
Yeah,
on to
yeah.
TikTok to see
Hmm.
them.
I upload on both. Yep, exactly. It's weird. TikTok is weird. Were you ever into Vine at all?
No, but Sarah's daughter is the is a Vine star.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I never sat down and just like sat on Vine all day, like looking at vines, but I remember it being like big when I was younger, and people to this day still reference vines
Yeah,
like it's like religious. Like they'll
it,
they'll
it
like
is
say these
religious
quotes.
material.
They'll say these quotes, and I'm just like, what? What's that from? And they're like, it's an old Vine. It's so weird. Vine was huge in our culture. It's funny.
It was, and then something happened, and then now we have TikTok, which is this like lawless land of
It is
content.
lawless. It really is. Yeah, it's so lawless.
So
It's
aside
similar
from
to Vine, but
it's
not the
similar to
same.
Vine. Well, I've heard it's like if you buried Vine in the pet cemetery.
That makes sense. That's like the lawless part too, for sure.
So aside from having to learn how to be that, the entertainment guy, the engaging, creator, uh, what are some challenges you faced being a streamer and content creator?
Um, I think one of the biggest ones is like, so here's the thing, right? Like you want to be I think probably dang near everybody could be a content creator if that's what they really wanted to do. I'm a firm believer that you can do anything you want in life, like if you just work hard enough. Like I really do think that. So, but one of the biggest problems for content creators is if you are not naturally gifted, it's going to take some time for you to get where you want to be. And in that time, what people see on the outside is you pretty much wasting all of your time like trying to do something crazy. Like cuz content creation like Twitch, being a streamer, it's all like relatively new in the grand scheme of things. So for example, like my parents didn't really get it in the beginning, and it was just like what is happening? Like what are you doing? with all of your free time. And yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges is like not giving into everyone else's idea of what you should be doing,
Sure.
because I think almost everyone will say like this will never happen for you. I guess like realistically, it just doesn't make sense. You have to like be top 1%, work extra hard if you really want it to make it happen. And yeah, I think a lot of people it's the same thing as like trying to pursue a career in music. I've been
Sure.
thinking about this lately. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to be a rock star, like trying to be that one band that gets to be that successful. It's like there's a slim chance you got to work really hard. Um, Everyone's gonna tell you you're wasting your time, or, like you'll never make it, but you just keep going, and then it works. So, I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest challenge, or
Or it
you
stays
know,
a dream. For some people, it just
yeah,
stays a dream.
yeah, just like trying to like the outside opinion of content creation can be rough. But like I said, like if you're more naturally gifted at it, I think some people like they blow up like really fast and everything just like the stars align. They're really, naturally gifted, they're great at talking, they're very entertaining
Magnetic.
and magnetic. Yeah, and everyone just gravitates towards them and it just works out instantly. And then like literally for me, I spent like a year with no viewers. So anyone could have looked at me and basically would have been like, this guy's wasting his time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But then there comes like my tenacity, I guess, and like I knew that I wanted to make it work. So like I've just tried to make it work. Like I've just attempted to do what I had to make it happen. And I think I'm getting somewhere.
Well,
I
now here
think
you are pushing partner numbers.
we're close. We're so close. Like a lot of streams we hit over the partner numbers, like over the required amount.
Mm-hmm.
But the tricky bit is
Is
that they
keeping
want
that
you to
average.
average 75 viewers, and that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because really to do that in a timely manner, you need to go above 75 at your peak, right? So you ideally need to hit it up to like 100.
Right.
It's 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 chasing the dream for sure, but yeah, I mean, I can be uh more like happy and proud of where I am. Like this is the farthest I've ever gotten. So nothing
Right on. I mean, you should be.
nothing to be nothing to complain about on my end for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, every time I tune in, we're right up there, right by 75, 80.
Hmm.
You know,
It's
it's
crazy.
it's big.
It's crazy. And it's only because of everybody else, like all the friends and stuff, you know what I mean? Like so many of my chat are other streamers that I'm friends with, and like then there's a lot of viewers who I met because of those friends. Like it's it's thanks to like everybody else that I've gotten this far.
Yeah.
Like I was only a part of the equation. Like it's weird like that.
That is the
It's
weird
it's
thing is
weird.
the networking does so much more for you in like the streaming setting
Yeah.
as opposed to like, trying to be, a rock and roll band. That
Yeah.
kind of networking doesn't happen there. Like you don't want people to like a different band or watch a different band instead of watching you. But
Yeah.
with streaming, it's like there's so much more of this sharing your audience with other people that I think is really healthy and helpful for everyone.
Yeah, I almost do think now in this day and age that the in the Rockstar scenario that it is more beneficial to network almost like you're a streamer. I maybe back in the day, I think it was probably the way you just said where it's like you don't really want, your fans to listen to other bands and stuff like that. But I know for example, like uh Matt Heafy, who is a Twitch streamer. He's a lead singer and guitarist for the heavy metal band Trivium. Um, he is constantly like collaborating with other musicians on Twitch, and it's like getting them exposure. Like they're building each other's fan bases up by like collaborating constantly, and like
Interesting.
that's also what rappers did and do, because
Mm-hmm.
rappers like historically they're the ones that collab the most. Like you'll get like
This guy feat that guy.
this guy featuring this person, this person, this person. Like so many songs have like 4 or 5 rappers on them, and they're constantly just like collaborating with each other to like get exposure and like build up their fan bases and like get people interested in this person's music and this person. Um, it's kind of weird. The parallels between streaming and music, I think today more than ever they're so similar,
Yeah.
so
Well, I think
similar.
it's because you zoom out into this more of like creating a consumable product mindset
Yeah,
versus being a an excellent musician mindset, right?
yeah. It's like they go hand in hand, but it is different because it's not like the better musician wins every time. You know,
No, definitely not.
it's
It's the
about
people who are
appealing.
magnetic that win,
Yeah,
which you
for
can't fault
sure.
them for. I mean, being having a magnetic personality is a huge gift, and people should use it.
It is, yeah,
And then
for
there's
sure.
people who just have to learn how to try to be magnetic.
hmm
So yeah,
It can be done for sure.
for sure. What's one of your favorite memories from streaming?
Um, favorite memory. I I think it's a recent event. I was streaming Tarkov. This was in January, I believe it was. The Tarkov had just wiped, so like everyone got reset back to level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Um New wipe was upon us. And then the developer of Tarkov, Battlestate Games, they do these Twitch Tarkov events called drops, where you know they give the way it works with Tarkov is certain streamers get drops active on their channel, which means that if a viewer watches them every few hours, they'll get a drop. The viewer will, and it's a free like Tarkov item in the game. So it's like you watch streamers with drops, and you get free loot in the game of Tarkov. So
Rust is doing it right
uh,
now with a bunch of like skins for
yeah,
your for
yeah,
your house, your
exactly.
doors, your weapons.
It's a common thing now for video game developers to collaborate with Twitch and basically it be like, "Hey, watch these guys get free loot in the game." It's cool, you know, it's a cool time. So I was actually lucky enough to be a part of the drops program, like the main stage, so to speak, this time around.
That's
And
awesome.
this is coming from, by the way, it's never, like with me, it was never just natural, never easy, right? So like the last time they did drops, I was able to get in after emailing them uh to try and get into like the after
The after
like
party.
the second wave, like where the very last day of drops, everyone, like a bunch of people got in.
Mm-hmm.
It was like open invitation almost. So like last time I didn't have my own day for drops, but I was able to get in on one day with everybody else. And then the drops before that, uh they just flat out denied me. So, if there's a lesson to be learned here, it's don't give up. Like, you know what I mean? Like keep working towards the thing and it'll happen. So this time around I got drops on my own day with just like 20 other people. And I got a raid from a buddy of mine named Sensei Scav. And I did a 24-hour stream too. So
Wow.
all you put all this together, and for 24 hours I had over 12,000 viewers.
Good God.
Yeah, that was like nuts. There was like a period of time where I had like more viewers than Shroud or something. It doesn't even
Wow.
seem real. It just seems like it was it and like staying up for 24 hours is a hard thing to do for me. And like so that whole day is just like a blur. But yeah, it was 24 hours of 12,000 viewers, which if I ever get back to that number naturally, like that would be like winning the lottery. Like that's gonna be so hard if it ever even happens. Like getting back to a point where I just get 12,000 viewers, like that's probably almost never gonna happen. I can't even expect it realistically. So that was a good memory for sure.
That is a huge amount of that's a huge amount of folks to watch. I mean, just to have
Yeah,
there. That's amazing.
yeah.
That's super fantastic. Good for you.
Thank you. It was scary.
I bet. Yeah. What? How do you even? talk to them? There's got to be so much happening all at once. How do you like pick out messages to read?
Um, so luckily I've had a lot of practice, like playing the game and reading chat. Um, so that helps. Like just practice makes perfect. And then it was like as soon as I got rated and all those people came in, it was really hectic. But then after like an hour, it died down. And the messages were easier to read, and there weren't as many coming in. So, in the beginning, I just tried to be the streamer you're expected to be when you get a raid. You know, like, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. I'm FinestXI. Good to see y'all. We're just gonna be playing Tarkov. Um, I probably like plugged something. It's like, if you guys have questions, just ask me. I'm here. I help new players. I have YouTube stuff like that. Then I try to play the game because yeah, and like streamer world, like when you get a raid, like typically people don't want you to sit there like thanking them, like, oh my god, thank you so much for this raid. Oh, thank you for the follow, and just go like 100 people, like just thanking them all. Like people want to see you play the game. So
Right.
I just try to almost like shrug it off, like, oh, what's up, y'all? Hey, couple of people, couple 12,000, and just play the game.
A
Like the
little
few
bit of a fake it till you make it right there. Like, oh, I'm used to this.
really,
This is fine.
yeah, really tried to like act like I was just like playing the game,
I
and then
belong
oh, a
here.
message. Oh, and then play the game. Oh, I see your message. I'll read that. You know, it's like
Meanwhile,
it is faking it till you make it. It really
there's
is.
just little dribbles in your pants. Like, I don't know what I'm doing
hmm
here.
hmm And it was super early in the morning too. This was at like 5 a.m.
Oh God.
Because the drop slot started at 4 a.m. is when a new set of streamers would have drops for 24 hours. So it was really early, which made it. I don't know if it was worse or better. It might have just been so early. I was just like, yeah, okay,
Weren't even in
good
your right
morning,
mind yet.
hi, yeah,
Coffee hadn't hit.
yeah, yep,
It's
exactly.
awesome. Um,
hmm
I have a couple of clips. You wanna look at clips?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what these are, and I'm just like dreading almost, because I think I know what one of them's gonna be, but I
So
don't know which two you got, so
I
I'm
just
I'm
went and
interested to
grabbed
see.
the top two. So
Yeah,
there's one where I don't think they need to be vamped in at all. I think they're pretty
yeah.
self-explanatory. So let's So are you trying to get him to follow you so you can murder him in secret? Is that what's going on here?
Um, I think I was just probably trying to piss him off.
Really like that
To
gun
be
you're
honest
using.
with
It's almost
you.
exactly what I just had. Come on, come on, come.
Oh no, you know what it is? I have seen people do this before, where
Oh!
they gesture to get the scavs to follow, and then they follow them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you
So
can make
I
your
had
own little
seen
scav
it.
gang.
Yeah, and I was like, well, let me do that. Like, I want to do that. And then I try it and it's just not working. And I'm like, what is this? This is horrible. And then yeah, I give him the finger because I'm like, well, F you then, dude. And then he listens to that, of course. Like, so he
He was just
understands me.
ignoring you.
He recognizes me. He gets what's going on. He's just ignoring me. And then yeah, so horrible. This is a funny one.
This is a cool clip.
This is back when I had a real drum set. Yeah, so
No!
I noticed that I'm getting shot at in the game because like I just went
I'm
to go play
good.
drums because someone
Everything's
like
fine.
donated 100 bits or
Back to
something.
normal.
I stumble getting to the computer, almost knock something over. I hit every wrong key, and then I finally get up, kill the scav, go back prone, and then go back to drumming like nothing happened, and it
That was
worked
awesome.
out. Yeah, that was back when I had a real drum set, which was fun. Like I miss having a real drum set because I have this electronic one back there, and those are cool, but it's not the same. It's not the same as drumming on a real kit,
It's not.
and it is much quieter though. The real drum set is super loud,
Yeah.
which definitely um like I always wore ear protection whenever I had like band practice and stuff because I didn't want to lose my hearing.
What?
What? Oh, what? Johnny, have you ever been in a band before?
I
By
have,
any chance?
yeah, yeah. We had
Yeah,
a
so
grand old time.
you're aware of volume levels
Oh
and
yeah, I
everything.
mean,
Yeah.
I have a 60-watt tube amp and and
Yeah.
drums, and yeah, I don't think I ever turned that thing up past 4. I've never
Mm-hmm.
been able to get it past 4 without like shaking the foundation of the place.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so lucky. The orange amp that I have back there, the Rock Reverb, it's got one of arguably the coolest features that a tube amp could ever have. And so basically there's the volume, right? Where you can get that the tubes cranked, get them
Hmm.
singing. But then it has an attenuate knob.
No
So what you
way.
do is you crank the volume to get the tubes good,
Then you
and
pull it
then you
down
just
to a few
attenuate
watts.
it down. Yeah,
Nice.
so it basically it sounds just as good as if you were playing it loud, but it's at a bedroom volume. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
I wish more amps would do that.
I
Hopefully
had
they
a
do.
Vox head that did that, where crank it down to
Voxes.
you could crank it down to a quarter of a watt or a quarter of an
Mhm.
ohm. Yeah, no,
Yes,
no,
I think I know which one you're talking about.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you could crank it all the way, and it was like doable. It was like you could
Yeah,
play it almost like you just had the radio on in the house, but you still got that tone out of it.
I've always wanted to get a Vox. It's just that's another thing. Like music gear is another thing where um when I have more money, totally doing it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like buying guitars, amps, stuff like that. But right now, I just have to settle for what I have, and that's not. I say settle. Like I have plenty. It's just always a want for
yeah.
more music gear.
Well, I mean, you know
So
that equation. It's x plus one equals how many guitars I need. Let x
yeah,
represent the amount of guitars I have,
yep,
and how
yes,
many do you need? Just one more.
exactly. I want to get a Gibson so bad. Like
Which one though?
like a
Like
Les
a new
Paul.
one or an old one?
Um, my problem with old is I don't know what the heck I'm even looking for. Like, I'm just gonna get like scammed. Like like I'm a sucker. Someone could tell me, yeah, this was the best guitar. This was the best model of '87.
Stevie
And I'm
Ray
like,
Vaughan
oh
played this guitar, man.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. It's like it's in pristine condition. I'm like, okay, sure, yeah. I'll get to take that. Yeah, that one, sure. So, like, I've had bad luck with used gear, so I guess just new. I just
Okay.
like so I have a Fender Telecaster and they have a very specific sound.
Yeah.
So really any Gibson Les Paul is going to sound completely different. It's going to have a great warm mid range and it's going to sound great. So really any of them.
Okay.
New just because it's easier. Like I know it's not broken or hopefully
Yeah,
it's
fair
not
enough. Yeah,
or
fair enough.
nothing's wrong. Hmm.
I mean, now I just kind of want to talk about music stuff.
Of
how
course,
long
yeah.
how long have you been playing for? How long have you been playing drums?
So drums I've been playing not very long, all things considered. I first started playing guitar when I was like 13, 14. That's my main instrument. And ever since I started playing, I was always in bands with friends and stuff. And every time I was in those bands, I'd hop
You
on
don't
the
have to.
drummer's kit.
You don't have to
That
bands. They were bands.
they weren't though. That's the thing, is they were just people goofing off. Like some of them were bands, but uh mostly just goofing. But I would always hop on a drummer's kit and I always found it like fun. I was like, I'm not good at this, but it's fun. Like drumming is cool. Um, I think I bought my own kit probably at 20, not 2016, 2015 or something. I'm not good at it though. Like I don't have any um uh discipline when it comes to practicing drums. I barely have any when it comes to practicing guitar. It's a horrible uh character flaw with me is I don't regularly play. Like I will play when I get in the mood to play,
Yep.
and then that's kind of it with me. Like I don't sit there every day 10 minutes of scales, 10 minutes of hybrid picking. It's like I need to do that, but it's just not. Like my discipline goes to content creation and like streaming, and then everything else gets like
Back
willy
burner.
nilly. Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's awesome. So you've been playing music for since you were 13, basically.
Yeah. Um, guitar is so much fun. Like it's playing music is super enjoyable. I think it's another one of those things where a lot of people try it out and then for whatever reason it ends up not being for them. But if you can stick with it, I think music is a lot of fun. Especially even if you just like play it every now and then, like knowing how to play an instrument is fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Playing
It's
along to
relaxing.
music. It
It's
is, yeah.
therapeutic.
Mhm. It is.
Do you yet talk about the music that you're working on, or
Oh
do we
yeah,
talk about
that's
that later?
um I guess there's not much to talk about right now because nothing's out. Um but I mean what I'm trying to do now is pretty much follow in the footsteps of another Tarkov content creator named Veritas, um, who for a long time, a few years now, he's been putting out like lo-fi tracks with like guitar in them, like because he plays guitar really well. And so I'm just like, that's cool, that's fun. Like I have all the gear for it. So I'm in the process now of basically just like creating songs, and being like, is this good enough? No, let's try again. And then like just creating more songs. And but recently I've gotten stuff that I feel really good about. And I'm pretty much just like working on the mix, working on the master, and then I'll have my first one out hopefully pretty soon, and then
Cool.
more to come. What's actually delaying me right now is my guitar skills because there's some solos I need to hit, and I spent a few hours on them, but they're not there yet. Like I'm trying to nail the take,
Gotcha.
and we're close. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, that can be a couple days. I hate when you know what you want to do and then you're like, I can't get it. And then you start getting tired and then it starts getting worse and worse and you're like, okay, I guess I have to save this for another day. Then you come back the
Hmm.
next day and it's just that close and
Yeah.
it's always
There
that
was
reach for it.
the other day I was trying to do this like tapping part, and I spent like an hour on it, and then I had to stop because it was like my finger was just in too much pain. I was like, I literally can't keep doing this today,
I got a
which is
blood
so horrible.
blister from
Yeah, dude.
exactly what we're talking about.
I was like, I can't believe that I have to stop doing this because my body has failed me.
Yep.
Like, I can't play this part anymore today. Um,
People are getting
yeah,
old a lot younger these days.
I know, right? Um, yeah, it's like I'm always and I want to write something good too, so it ends up being like really difficult to where I can't play it perfectly yet. So then I have to practice it to be able to play it perfectly, and then put it down. So it's a process for sure,
Yeah.
definitely.
Was music ever an addiction for you, like video games were, or has that always been
Like listening or like playing.
playing?
Um, Not in the same way. No, music
Hmm.
is very much a hobby for me,
Okay,
and I think it like there was a time when I was younger, I was like I wanted to like be in a successful band. But I think that dream kind of fell apart really quickly when I figured out like how just the grind to be in a successful band from the get go, especially at the time I was trying to it was a metal band I was trying to make happen.
gotcha.
Um, the stories and like the grind, it's like not fun. Like you're in a tour bus, you eat nothing good, you are stuck with five other dudes like sleeping right next to each other for several months,
Hmm.
and you lug gear around night in and night out, and it did not seem enjoyable in the slightest bit. Like in that regard I was like, I'm not willing to do that. It's like there's no way I can do that. Like I'm not gonna make myself that uncomfortable for so long to try and make this work.
You'd much
And
rather
then like
stick to gaming.
yeah, literally. And then just like financially speaking, like being in a band, it's just like you're not even I don't know, like it's not even sustainable. Like it's hard
Yeah.
to um like make a living doing it. I come to find out that it's a lot easier to make a living being in like country bands and stuff, and like playing local bars and whatnot. Because I had a few friends who were more serious about music that ended up, even though they were into rock and stuff and metal, just like we all were, but they ended up like making a living by playing country.
Hmm.
Uh, so like I think my genre is what limited me.
Yeah.
If I had been in a more like mainstream genre, it might have been better. If I
Yeah,
was like super
possibly.
into country, could have made a living doing that, I think. But yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm.
What if? How about if you could have a reboot, a remake, or a remaster of any game? Which one would you pick?
Ooh, reboot, remake, or remaster of any game. Um, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of a good one.
Like, did you not?
Maybe,
You could get a sequel to something, or you could
yeah,
just have you could just have something old that's refitted for 120 hertz or whatever.
yeah. Maybe what would be cool is like a Super Mario Sunshine remaster. Like if it just had like better graphics, like modernized graphics or something.
Okay,
Like that would be cool. Yeah, Super Mario Sunshine was just this GameCube game. I don't know if you ever
with a
played it.
water jetpack.
Yeah, exactly. It was after Super Mario 64 and before I think it was Super Mario Galaxy that came out on the Wii. This was the middle game for that. Yeah, Mario with a water jetpack, just going across all these different worlds. Super creative, like character design, world design. I just love that game when I was young. That
It
game
was
was so much fun.
very early GameCube, wasn't it? It was like one of the first releases on the GameCube.
I think so, and I was just watching like a documentary, or not documentary, but like speed run history on it. And in the beginning, that game I don't even think was like that popular. It's like the least successful Mario game, I think, for some time.
Yeah,
Um,
people make fun of it a lot.
yeah,
I've seen jokes about it.
the Mario games before and after did better, if I recall. So Super Mario 64 for Nintendo 64, and then Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii, they did way better early on than Sunshine. But I like Sunshine a lot, probably more than any of the other ones. So it's I don't know, I'm weird.
I
I don't
actually
know
used to
why
play
some of
it
them
at
are so
the
good.
orthodontist when they'd like lay back in the chair and they had a TV in the ceiling and they would let me like
I
play GameCube. That's the
maybe
only
that's a
place I ever
dormant
played it.
maybe that's a dormant memory. I don't know if I ever had an orthodontist that had a TV on the ceiling and like video games and stuff. That would have been so cool though. I didn't
It
go to the
was
right orthodontist.
very interesting. It like it allowed me
That's
to let
awesome.
them touch my mouth.
Yeah,
I'm not a very
for sure.
I don't like to be touched except on like the hands.
Yeah,
Like people
yeah. The
touching my face isn't cool.
dentist is a rough one. I had a teeth cleaning recently. It'd been a while, and it's just an experience. It's so weird. It's so weird to let somebody do that to your mouth.
Yeah, I don't care for it very much.
Yeah, it's very strange, and you're just trusting them too because, dude, they're like, you know, one slip up, and you're just not having a good time at all. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, I mean that's what they go to school for. I guess you gotta
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah,
trust that their
for
doctorate
sure,
probably
for sure.
has some
And
merit.
like,
Well,
doesn't
actually no, the
even
cleaners aren't really the doctors. It's the assistants that do the cleaning, isn't it?
I think you're right. Yeah, and like
Never mind.
even the best,
Your fears are well based.
even like the best, somebody who's the best at something, there's like this small margin of error still, right?
Hmm.
Like Shroud still misses shots even though he's so good, and like
The parachute still doesn't open sometimes.
his parachute still isn't open. LeBron James still misses baskets. I mean, like they could slip up. Like it's probably not gonna happen, but they could. I mean, I don't know. I
That's an interesting thing to have going through your head while you're getting your
maybe
teeth worked on.
well, I mean, actually, what I'm thinking about most when that's happening is like the experience. Like it just feels weird. to have them like go inside of your mouth, clean your teeth. Like it's just a really weird experience for sure. Yeah.
It is
I
pretty
don't know how
weird.
we got to this topic, but
We were talking
I
about
may
Mario
have
Sunshine.
I may have irrational fears. Probably. But I don't know if
It's
there are
okay. I mean, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you.
these things could happen. That's just it, right? It's like they're fears and they're probably not gonna happen, but they could happen. And I'm also the kind of guy that has had a lot of things happen that shouldn't have happened. Like not that sounds probably pretty bad, but like things that like tech wise too, a lot of like problems I've had are like 1 in a million problems where
Hilarious.
it's like how could this happen to me? Like how did this happen? And it's happened. So I'm prone to rare things, I guess.
Have you ever played the lottery?
A few times.
Okay.
I have no like I don't have any discipline there either. Cuz like you really theoretically should be playing the lottery all the time. It's a small portion of your income, but if you win, which you have to play to win, if you win, you're set for life. So it's like a worthy investment, I guess. Um especially when you consider that the amount you spend on a lottery ticket, you're probably just going to end up spending on something worthless anyway, I guess.
Equally as wasteful.
Expensive fast food or something. So
Yeah,
you
but
need
Carl's Jr.
discipline
is really good. You can't eat a
like
lottery
Carl
ticket.
Jr. I'm more of a Whataburger kind of guy.
Okay.
Texan,
Yeah. We don't have that over
sort of
here.
thing.
We've got In-N-Out, so suck it.
We have In-N-Out too. It's just I have
Wait,
been
you have In-N-Out in
told
Texas?
I have been told by true Californians that our In-N-Out isn't as good as a California In-N-Out, which to me sounds like a lame excuse.
Hmm.
But oh well. Apparently, In-N-Out in California is the best In-N-Out. Whatever.
Yeah,
Sure.
but then there's Five Guys, and that's better than In-N-Out anyway. So
The only thing I didn't like about that was looking at my wallet after I ordered a burger and shake.
that's
I did it on
fair.
DoorDash.
Oh well, that's even
But
worse.
I legitimately spent I think $30 on a meal, one
Yeah,
meal. I could literally go eat at a steakhouse for that.
yeah.
It
But you
was
couldn't
good
get a
though.
steakhouse delivered. You'd have to add another $10 to get it delivered.
True. It was good. Not In and Out. Five Guys. Burger was good. The shake was really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shake was good. I liked it.
Um,
Delicious.
just to abruptly, pivot here and
Mhm.
move on. Who inspires you the most?
Just like in general life.
You take it however you like. Who inspires you the most when you think of inspiration?
Oh my god. That is a I don't know. Anime. Anime inspires me the most.
Okay.
Is that a serious answer?
Yeah, that's fine if it's
Okay.
honest.
Yeah, so I grew up on all of these like anime where the main character is constantly um like facing adversity and he always works to overcome adversity.
Yeah.
It's so cheesy, but that's that's where I get the thought process of like you can do anything you want. You just have to work hard enough. Um yeah, I don't think there's really not like a person I think of regularly that was very inspiring to me, I guess. I don't know if that's bad, but anime for sure I always think of.
Yeah. I
As
mean, if
cheesy as that sounds.
I think of
Yeah.
Demon Slayer, that's pretty inspiring. He just trained and trained and trained and trained and trained and trained, and then he was good.
Yeah, they're like they're the true like hard workers of in anime. It's just like the main character who just works to overcome all the problems. It's so like some people could say it's like not realistic, but why not? Like why can't you work hard enough to overcome all your problems? Like isn't that how the like successful people did it? I mean, like the ones truly at the top, didn't they just work hard and hard and hard and just figure out all the issues and get where they wanted to be? So
Yeah.
that's what I think about it.
Well, it's at some point. Maybe the people there now are, were born into it, but at some point, you definitely
Yeah,
somebody had to work pretty hard.
that's a different one. More like the zero to hero stories.
Yeah.
I can't think of any specific examples, but
Maybe that's why
they're
anime
definitely
is
people.
inspiring and not a singular person, because you can't think of the zero to
Yeah.
heroes right now.
Yeah, like when I think of Goku, he's inspiring. But yeah, can't think of anyone in particular in real life.
That's
So yeah,
fine. I'll take anime protagonists.
is that what do people normally say whenever you ask
Um,
that question? Do they give people or like Bill Gates or
I've gotten
or Steve
grandpa.
Jobs?
I've gotten
Okay,
dad, mom.
that's good.
I've gotten. I think Jeff Bezos was one of them.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So, all right, cool.
A good variance.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
there's no
good.
right answer. It's this
Yeah,
is the point of this is to get to know you.
exactly.
Um, how about what are you working on right now that you're really excited about or really proud of?
The music, I think for one, like when I finally get this out, it'll be something I've wanted to do for a long time. Um, I've been meaning to do for a long time, and so that'll be really exciting. Other than that, I mean, a second YouTube channel actually.
Okay.
Will hopefully be coming out soon as well. These are the two things on my agenda. It's the music and the second YouTube channel. The current YouTube channel I have, we didn't really talk about this much, but it's all gaming and specifically Tarkov. Like I stream Tarkov all the time. The YouTube channel just teaches people things about Tarkov inside of Tarkov. Um, so it just goes hand in hand. It's easy. But what I want to do is start a second YouTube channel that's focused on like content creation and more like IRL stuff. So on that channel, I'll be able to share the experiences of like how to do things in the content creation world, whether it be like how I create YouTube videos, like the whole process, how to make like a good looking thumbnail, like what mic you should go for, what equipment you need to have, just like general content creation stuff.
That's
And
right. This
then
was the
also
videoception you were talking about the other day.
that's on Twitter, yeah. Um, and then just other IRL stuff if I feel like doing it. Like it'll really be like a more easygoing channel for me because with the one I have, I made it like I'm almost at 10,000 subs, which is like
Huge.
crazy. Um and like so I've built something off of Tarkov, right? That channel is Tarkov. So I'm going to keep it Tarkov. But now I'm afraid to like do anything else on that channel because it like doesn't make sense. I always hear about people saying that your channel has to be like niche. It should be about one particular subject.
That's
And
what
so
I've
like
heard.
I don't want to start putting content creation tips on that channel or like if I ever want to do like a vlog or something, like I know that's cheesy, but I I've like watched a lot of vlogs from people that I think are cool and it looks like fun. Like I don't think I'm any good at it, but maybe I could do it. That'd be for the other channel. Like the other channel will just be free. Like if something doesn't go well, oh well, it's fine. Like you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
more
and
like
just
variety.
a place to put the rest of it.
Yeah,
Stuff that you don't have to worry about keeping within a certain parameter.
exactly. The current YouTube channel is gaming, like Tarkov, and then any other game I play. If I want to make a video on it, it'll be gaming. This other channel is more IRL, streaming, content creation, um,
Goofing.
maybe reviews. Who knows? Anything.
Cool. Okay.
Sounds fun though.
So music and a second channel. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Now I just got to do it.
Yeah, do it.
Like put in the work, keep at it. It'll happen. It will happen. I'm telling you
Awesome.
now.
Do you have the second channel up? Am I going to be able to include that in the in this interview or
I do have it up actually. I don't think I told anyone about it yet. Let me
okay.
see.
I'll make sure to include it then
It's
when
in
we
there.
put this up.
Yeah, it's fittingly going to be called Finest IRL.
Okay.
acronym for in real life. So there'll be FinestXI, normal gaming channel, and then Finest IRL
I like it.
for all the other stuff. I was like, this works. I didn't want to put too much thought into it either, because you can spend an eternity coming up with a name for something.
A cool
Like,
name.
especially like if you've been in bands too, so I'm sure
Yep.
like that process of coming up with a name for your band is like, I just wish I could pay someone to do it, honestly. It's like I didn't have to overthink it, you know?
At a certain point, you're just throwing out stupid things to make the other ideas look better.
I have had the worst band names. Like, it's so cringy.
What was one of the worst band names?
The the very first, or one of the very first ones like I ever had was called New Nexus, and it was spelled NU for new space NEXUS. New Nexus. I was like 12. I was like, this is cool. So now I look back and I'm just like, Jesus, man.
That's not that bad. That's not that bad. The NU is obviously from new metal, the genre,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah. It was like the Avril Lavigne thing. I was just like, I want to spell this, but I want to spell it different, like with 3s for E's, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I just wanted new to be spelled differently.
Sure. I mean, that seems more serious than calling yourself Groove Thang.
What's Groove Thing?
Groove Thang was one of the band names. It's just
that y'all
that's
came
what we
up
called it. Yeah. THANG, Groove Thang.
I'm thinking of the other bands in my area at the time back when I had New Nexus. I don't know why I did air quotes for that one. I need to stop. That one really happened. That's real. But there's other like, and these bands to the best of my knowledge are just long gone. But there were band names like Candlelit Cove. Yeah, there was
That
Candlelit
sounds
Cove.
okay.
There was I think The News. I think there was a band called The News.
Like without Huey Lewis?
I might be getting that mixed up actually. I'm pretty sure they're called The News. Dude, I think there's like a flyer somewhere. It's just funny to look at old band names like that. Like, and just see what they were.
Yeah.
I
Some
don't know.
nostalgia.
There's also nostalgia, that's what it is. Yeah, exactly. It is nostalgic. I love nostalgia. That's why I have all the retro game consoles in my closet.
I'll still pick up N64 every once in a while and just have that couple hours of nostalgia. It's awesome.
It's too good. Such a good console. So the controller is so weird though.
I don't know who greenlit that. It is a very weird controller.
Did you like when you held it? I think I held the two right side sticks. So my left hand was on the middle one with the joystick, and my right hand was on the right side with the buttons. And I just like never touched the full left side unless I had to or something. I don't know if that was normal.
For Tony Hawk, I would always use the outsides because the stick was less reliable.
Oh,
to do your special tricks.
Tony Hawk on Nintendo 64. I played it on PlayStation.
Oh well, I mean same thing then.
Yeah. You
could use the D-pad instead of the sticks because the D-pad you could. I don't know. I was like 7, 8.
You were a D-pad gamer.
Whatever. Yeah. Well, for stuff that needed specific inputs, yeah, definitely D-pad gamer.
That's right, because the tricks you needed to do like left and B, up and A, stuff like that.
Yeah, or like down, up, grab, front flip, and if you did it wrong on the stick, you would just like, I don't know, do some other trick and then fall. So
yeah, those games, Tony Hawk was great.
I don't think I have a working stick anymore. They're all like sad, leaning one side or the other.
That's what ended up happening to a lot of them, which is kind of slightly annoying because like I want to collect all the controllers for the Nintendo 64 at some point, because like, you know, they did like so many different colors of the consoles, and they also had the controllers that were colored too. I want to get one of each, but like I want to get one where like the stick isn't like worn down.
Yeah, I think they're making new N64 controllers with like fresh sticks, They're just
Well, see, but is it
it's not
Nintendo or is
Nintendo, I
it a
don't
different
think.
brand?
I don't know. I
See,
don't think
that's
it's
where.
Nintendo. It's like Urban Outfitters or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's where it gets. Like the true collector wants the original controller
Right, right,
in
right.
pristine condition, but it's a horrible hobby. Collecting is a horrible hobby to get into if you like having money. It's awful.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
So much fun though.
anything, collecting anything, really.
Yeah,
I guess unless you
yeah,
like, I don't know, something terrible that nobody else liked.
right. Yeah, I guess there's something out there for everybody.
For sure. What's your favorite word? Any word.
My favorite word,
Yeah.
cellar door. I'm just kidding. But that one's like the most pretty word or something in the English language, I think. That's what
Okay.
people say. Um, favorite word, bonkers.
Bonkers.
Bonkers. It's
Okay.
hilarious. It's like driving me bonkers, like driving me crazy.
Yeah.
That word is so funny to me.
Okay. Bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Bonkers is a
That's
good
my answer
choice.
for sure.
I got it. I like it. We'll jot that down and have you psychoanalyzed later.
Any other words you can recall that were favorites for people, or even your own?
Most recently, Will had chose "fuck" as his favorite word because it's so. There's so much utilization of that word.
I just watched Nicolas Cage do a whole documentary on that word.
Awesome.
There's a Netflix series where Nicolas Cage is the narrator, and it's just every episode's about a different curse word throughout history, and like they're talking about the history of it and everything. I don't remember what it's called. The first episode was about fuck, so it's a good word. It's
Interesting.
a good word.
I'll have to check that out.
It's unique. It's on Netflix. Nicolas Cage, History of Swear Words, I think it's called. The History of Swear Words. Final answer.
Okay.
That's probably what it is.
Would you like to play this or that?
What is that?
I'm going to give you two choices, and you have to pick one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. We don't have to. We don't have to put too much context to it, or if you'd like to add some additional meaning and sort of justify an answer, that's totally fine as well.
Cool. I'll try and keep it vague. It might be more fun that way.
However you want to play it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Rain or snow?
Rain.
Hot or iced?
Iced.
Okay. Rich or famous?
Rich.
New or old?
Old.
Music or podcasts?
Music.
Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Nickelodeon.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Keyboard or controller?
Controller.
Tabasco or Cholula?
Tabasco.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Tea
You
or
wanna know
coffee?
why?
Yeah.
Real quick on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what Cholula is. Yeah.
Okay.
What is that actually?
It's
So
a
that I
hot
know.
sauce. It's a hot
Is
sauce.
it?
It's yeah. It's like it's like Tapatio or there's another one, but Cholula is just like less vinegary than Tabasco, but it's like pretty similar heat.
In Texas, as far as I can recall, every table at every restaurant has Tabasco. I don't think I've ever seen Cholula.
I believe that.
Yeah, it's all Tabasco. Also, on the Coke or Pepsi one,
Mm-hmm.
the only time Pepsi is acceptable is if it's with pizza.
I fully agree. Because it actually goes better with pizza than Coke does.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird.
It's like the softness of Pepsi goes better with the soft cheese or something.
Yeah. That friend who inspired me to build a PC, the one who I played PUBG on his computer, he's a Pepsi guy.
Weird.
That's all he had in his house. And every time I went over there, I was just sad. I was like, "There's soda in your fridge, but it's the worst one. It's the worst one." But
Would
he
you
had
take
Hot Pockets all the time.
Would you
So it
take
kinda worked out.
RC over Pepsi?
I don't remember the last time I had RC. I probably go buy some just to remember what it tastes like. I love soda and I love chips though. Like I don't like to eat them because I know how bad it is for me, or drink soda, but
But it's so good.
honestly, there's so many flavors of soda. There's so many flavors of chips. They're all so good. It's yeah. That's a maybe my favorite snack combo right there too. A soda and chips. I never eat that because that's just unhealthy, like to the max. But that would be ideal snack, I guess.
Yeah, definitely can't just have soda and chips. That's
No.
would never do that.
I'm old now. Can't do that.
All right, how about tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee. I don't actually like tea. There's only one. I like this raspberry hibiscus tea. Texans are big on sweet tea or just iced tea. Not for me.
Hmm.
Don't like it. Don't like the leaf water.
Okay.
Like
Bean
the
water's
bean
much
water.
better. Instagram or Twitter?
Twitter. Twitter. Yeah,
Okay.
Twitter.
Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Train or plane?
Train.
Okay. Dogs or
Train.
cats?
I have both for different reasons. Dogs. If I had to pick one.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
GIF or GIF?
Oh, it's definitely GIF. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. It's 100% GIF.
Yeah,
It has to be.
it is.
It is.
That one's the only real trivia question.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good one actually. Those
He-
those are all really good. I wanted to explain a lot of them too. Like what did you say? You said beach or mountains.
Mhm.
I do not like the ocean or the
Really?
beach. Not yeah. Like I like swimming pools, but the ocean does not float my boat.
Interesting.
It's
You'd much rather put
this
your boat
goes,
on a swimming pool.
this goes back to the maybe perhaps irrational fear thing, but the ocean, I mean, what if a damn jellyfish just washes up and stings me while I'm like sitting like standing in the water? Or like a
Then you
sea
have your
urchin.
cousin pee on your little brother.
Yeah. uh, What if I don't have a little brother? Then what am I supposed to do? Pee on myself? Um,
Well, you're actually not supposed to pee on it at all.
really? Is that true?
Yeah,
So
medically you're not supposed to do that at all. The urban legend is that you pee on it.
who the hell thought of that? Why was that a good idea?
I don't know.
That's awful.
This is probably the same guy that told you to put toothpaste on your acne when you were in middle school.
Oh my god, I never did that. That's
It
horrible.
worked. It worked,
Did
but
it?
it's probably bad for your skin. That's probably why I don't have any hair growing in the, between my between my burns and my chin.
Dude, genetics can really just be a sag. I have almost like this will not grow down here. Like this part also is just barren. And it's like, dude, why can't it just grow? Like why did it have to oddly stop right there when it
Yeah, you're
could
like
just
so close to being able to do the
full
chest array
circle?
Arthur.
Yeah, like and I would too, but it doesn't grow. It won't do it. So genetics. Thanks. Thank
All right, I have one more this or that, and this is probably the most controversial question in the this or that list.
All right.
Mod or VIP?
That one is probably uh simple for me. I'm gonna go with mod because they actually do a lot of work for me, and the VIPs, they're just papegas that got a badge.
That's exactly how I look at it too. It's all the
Yeah.
glory with none of the work.
Yeah, so to get mod on my channel, there's actually just like a points redemption. Um Obviously I appreciate them hanging around so much to be able to get the VIP, but in the end they're just papegas. The mods are doing the work.
I
Clip
love that.
that out.
Clip it and ship it. All right. I've got just a couple more for you here. What's the best advice you've ever received? And this could be life advice, uh, you know, content creation, how to, engage with people, to, how to learn that, how to, any advice that you frequently refer back to. Um, Lay it on me.
This one is I think more recent for me. It has to do with social media. And I don't even know. I'm sure it was someone who told me, but it's just like a really generalized expression. Um, Basically, it's kind of the saying like, I don't have a horse in that race. So, and like to put context to that, there's a lot of things on social media that are bad and that are just kind of not good for you to see. Not like they don't make you happy. They might make you angry. They might make you sad. Or this is mostly about the angry part, like things that you don't want to see on social media. Um, you you need to like because a lot of people will want to get in on it too. Like they want to comment, they want to get in, like jump in.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people would benefit, and I've been doing this. A lot of people would benefit from asking yourself, like, do I have a horse in that race? Like, is this something I need to comment on? Am I going to get anything done by commenting on this? Am I going to really do anything? Is this going to help me? Is this going to make my day better? Most of the time, I'm going to say it's not. Like, right? Because if you feel the need to comment something and you know it's like it's getting down a slippery slope, it's the internet's just the worst place ever to, and specifically over like text, like social media text is the worst place ever to get anything done or share any opinions. Like it's bad. And so I just try and be a lot like I find myself a lot happier when I look at something and I really ask myself, do I need to get in on this? Is it worth my time? Because there's a lot where you feel like you want to get in, but
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, just ask yourself, do you have a horse in that race? Um or can I just leave this alone and like go on with my day and stop getting mad in my head and just
Yeah.
move on? So I think
You
that
mean
one
you
applies.
you don't want to be one of those 1,000 guys that's like, fix your game, fix your netcode before you give us another update or whatever.
It's like exactly what I'm talking about too. Cause like I could also be the guy that replies to one of those guys and it's like, dude, stop this. Like stop attacking them. And I go on this rant, type an essay as to why they're wrong. It's like, do I need to do this?
Yeah,
Do I really need to do this? Like, no, I don't. Like take a step back, close the thread. It's like, let me go do something else. Let me do anything else that is more productive than try and change someone's mind on social media.
that's good advice.
So it's hard to follow, um, but I think it's worth it for sure.
Awesome. Um,
Yeah.
Lastly, could you tell me something that most people wouldn't guess about you just from watching your stream?
Um, I think I the first thing that comes to my mind is the fact that I have been in I'm engaged right now, getting married soon, but I've been dating this girl for almost 10 years. And I think
Wow.
that I said that the other day on stream and everyone was like, "What?" Like I don't really talk too much, I guess, about like my relationship much on stream. Like there's never really a need to. So people are always really surprised.
Yeah,
Like
that
they
is a
probably like
long time.
assume, yeah, they like assume I'm like single or just like whatever.
Well, you
And
are
then
a
I'm like,
gamer, so
I'm a gamer, exactly. I tell them, yeah, how long I've been dating this girl, and they're like just blown away because it's a long time. It's understandable.
yeah.
Um, like I just
So
never
what were
talk
you
about
guys like,
my
high school
relationship.
sweethearts or something, or?
10th
Wow,
grade, 9th grade,
awesome.
9th grade.
That is amazing.
Biology, I think it was
Ah,
biology class.
but biology soon turned into chemistry.
It did actually. Um, yeah, literally though, for sure.
That's awesome. Good for you guys.
Yeah, against all odds. I still remember. It's so stupid. I remember. I don't know who it was. Someone was like, "There's no way y'all." I like. I was always really confident at a young age too. Like in our relationship, I was like, "Yeah, I don't really see us ever breaking up." And other people were like, "Okay, there's no way you guys are gonna last or whatever." I don't know like why people would even say that, but they were like doubtful, and I'm like, I'm I'm sure. Like I know this is happening, and look, here we are 10 years later. It's happening. So whoever, I think I bet someone $5 too. I was like, I bet you $5 that we last forever. And then they're like, deal. And I don't remember who it was, but they owe me $5 at some point. I'm collecting.
They have to lay $5 on your casket, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of a horrible deal because for it to fully be completed, yeah, it has to end the casket for sure.
Well, that's awesome.
Thank
Good
you.
for you guys.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's been a good 10 years.
Yeah. What would you like to end on? Do you have any closing thoughts for us before we get into game time? Or
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Shia LaBeouf said that. And he's like weird, and I think he's on drugs now. But when he said that,
Now.
that's true. Now I don't know. I don't know him. Like I don't know what he's into. But he that was good advice. Um that was good advice. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah.
That's true. Because you can do whatever you want. You just gotta
It
work at it.
sounds
You gotta work
goofy,
hard
but
at
if you think about
it.
it,
It's all goofy. Anime, like the whole thing, like my whole life motto is it's all goofy, but it's true. You just gotta believe in yourself. People have to have confidence, believe that you can do it. So,
all
Shia
right.
LaBeouf quote. That's what I want to end on.
That's a
Don't let your
great
dreams be
way
dreams.
to end.